Welcome, everyone, to the weekly dose of woo, where we keep track of the woo so that you do not have to. This is Pisces season. Pisces season starts from February 19th until March 20th. Pisces season is the end of the zodiac. It is wonderful. It is amazing. It is it is what you make of it, which is the problem for a lot of people. Pisces is an incredibly adaptable, constantly evolving sign. So when we're in the season of Pisces, we can be confronted with our lack of adaptability, and that can be incredibly painful. Some people, no shame, some people don't do change well. I am one of those people. I can be super flexible when I am completely mindful. Outside of that, I am a rigid, frigid bitch. And so this is the time where Pisces, the entire season, shows you a mirror. And it's really hard for people to be around Pisces for this reason. If they have toxic energy that they are not dealing with, if they have some wounds that have not healed, if they have worries and woes that are just piling up, Pisces season and Pisces people specifically mirror that back to them, which make it incredibly hard. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't know why that just gets under my skin." It's like, yeah, it's because it's a mirror. And that's what this season is meant to do. It's meant to show you a mirror, take a good hard look. Do you like what you see? If not, change it. That's all Pisces is. It's showing you what you need to fix or celebrate in yourself. And so having that understanding makes you way more patient with yourself and also patient with other people. But then it also gives you a really rude wake-up call for a lot of people in that situation. The other thing about Pisces season is that in a really weird, so they are a water sign. And water signs are emotional and feeling and giving and nurturing and intuitive. It's beautiful. It's luscious. I love it. I love water signs. About half my chart is water, with Cancer and Scorpio. And so the thing about Pisces, though, the Pisces season is meant to show you what's important to you. And I do not mean your priorities. I do not mean your goals. That's all logical. Pisces is feeling. If you don't feel it in your heart, in your soul, deep down, it is not a Pisces season thing. You're not meant to be logical about what you're doing. You're meant to feel it. This feels right to me. This is what I know I'm supposed to be doing. And having that energy around you is really important. And so when you work through this and you look at these different things, the Pisces season is showing you what's important to your soul. And so a lot of times it'll be people in general or specific people. It can be animals, it can be environment, plants. Now, all of this is wonderful. One, you should absolutely be focusing on things that feed your soul and that your soul wants to attract. The warning, because there's no positive and negatives. That's everything is just what you make of it. So even negatives you can make into a positive. And so this is a warning that a lot of people take as a negative. Pisces season and Pisces people will give from an empty bucket until they're on their deathbed, until they're in a hospital, until they are crawling across gravel. Like, I'll help one more person and then I'll rest. It's so challenging during this time to set the boundaries, like we talked about last week, to be able to thrive. And during Pisces season, you need to be able to set those boundaries so that you're not giving from an empty bucket and become an empty shell of a human being and a bitter old crone, which is inevitably what happens if you do not set boundaries and actually fill your own bucket. So during this season, that's what we're going to be focusing on. We're going to be focusing on the mirror of it, and then we're going to be focusing on your bucket. So, with the mirroring, what is the universe showing you? And this is going to be your exercise. When you're around people, and I would love to say, let's do this positive, but the positive is already going in your favor. I want us to focus on the things that you need to change and fix and adapt to live a better life and have a better business. So, the people around you who you don't like, that you're still in contact with, the people around you that suck your soul out of your eye socket. Think about them in this exercise and what traits and characteristics they have. Are they manipulative? Are they dismissive? Are they condescending? Are they forgetful and flaky? Do they not respect your time? Whatever that is, I want you to look at those things. And with the mirror, it can be mirroring something back to you, like, oh, those are traits I had in myself that I really need to work on. It can also be, and you need to be honest with yourself, it can also be, here are the things that I know I don't want in my life. This is the bad example. I'm going to run in the opposite direction so fast to not have those things in my life. So the universe can be giving you an example, or it can be saying, hey, that's you have those issues too. Maybe you should work on that. So that's the mirroring exercise. You're going to think about the people and situations that you may not be too fond of, and what characteristics and traits they have that either you need to actively be removing yourself from or actively changing within yourself. The other thing is the giving from an empty bucket. And this is where we're going to go, what do you actually care about? And I do not mean logically. Again, there is no space for logic in the Pisces. It is all the feels, all the feels. What emotionally just gets you, where it's like, if it's that Sarah McLachlan song when that dog commercial comes up, and you see all the sad little dogs, it's like, oh my God. Then it's that. Then it's like, oh, it's pets and animals. If it's the environment, if it's other people, if it's children, if it's elderly, if it's any demographic, any category. But what do you care about? What do you sit there and go, oh, yes, I would give so much to this, maybe too much to this. And what you're doing is you're going to think about that and like, oh my gosh, what, think about that. What is it? And for some people, it's like all encompassing, but that's very rare to have like the entire, be like, oh, I care about everything, the entire universe. Yes, yes, yes. For me, I will give my own personal example. I love the environment. I think the environment is great. And I have a black thumb. I am not the person who is going to be planting trees. I will recycle so hard, but I can't keep a garden to save my life. So mine would not be plants in the environment. As much as I love the environment and nature, I will not be advocating for it because I lack those skills. I love humans. I love souls. I love people. I love children. I think they are the future if you believe in linear time. They will be changing your diaper when you're old because that's the next generation. So I would give almost anything, including my own safety and sanity, to a child, to any child. And so for me, that's what it would be. So you just think about, okay, what's really about it? Now, once you have that, I want you to be very honest with yourself about when you give too much to those situations, when you give from an empty bucket, and what you need to do, what boundaries you need to set, or protocols, habits you need to create so that that bucket isn't empty when nature or children or animals or the elderly or anything like that come up for you. So you're setting yourself up for success and prosperity so that you are not giving from an empty bucket, because giving from an empty bucket is not ideal for so many reasons, as cliche as it sounds. One, you're not doing yourself any favors, but two, you're not able to help the people that you're willing to kill and die for. So, are you really helping, or are you doing it out of ego? Are you doing it out of desperation? No, fill your bucket so that you can give in a way that the people that you love the most deserve to have. And it's really important to remember those things as Pisces season, because in Pisces season, the selflessness just, your cup will runneth over with what you are willing to give to others. And so you have to constantly be filling your own bucket. So those are the two exercises for the Pisces season. Remember, this is done without shame, without judgment, without any kind of negativity. It is just gentle curiosity about what's working for you. And it can be painful and awkward, and that's okay too. Go forth, have a great day, be the hero of your own story. Remember to tune in to the weekly dose of woo. We have workbooks available when you show up to the Zoom, and it is fun and amazing. And we love all of you. Go forth and have an amazing day.